I am so honored to be introducing today's keynote speaker. He has written for Charles Kuralt and produced for NBC. He's worked on the Muppets and MTV, and you may have seen him on the Today Show or in the New York Times. He's a best-selling author and one of the most influential marketers in the world. And he's probably had more coffee today than you haven't had in a week. So please give a big, warm welcome to Andrew Davis.
Yeah, we are going to get to that in just a second. We're going to get to this. In just a second, we'll get to the box when you guys are ready. You know how we're told to keep our content short? We hear things like, okay, Drew, you're creating some really great content. It's awesome. I love what you're doing here. But it's just a little too long. Is there any way we could cut it, edit it, condense it, just make it a little shorter? Is there any way we could do that? Okay, you guys don't hear that guy. How about, you guys hear this guy? Okay, guys, we're doing a great job with the content, but I just read like 87 blog posts and checked the analytics, and I determined that everything is really too long. You see, what people like these days is bite-sized content. Yep, that's right. They like snackable content. Snackable content. Give me a break. Now, there are two plausible reasons that we're told to keep our content short. The first reason we're told to keep our content short is that our audience has the attention span of a goldfish. All that swiping and scrolling has reduced our attention span to that of a goldfish. We have a 9-second attention span. I recently went to one of those restaurants where you walk in and they greet you with a massive fish tank, like a truck-sized fish tank. It was huge. It was me and my wife. There was a 20-minute wait for a table, so they handed us one of those buzzer things, and they invited us to sit down right over here, right next to the fish tank. It was like me and the fish tank. I'm like, babe, we got the fish tank. See, this is pretty nice. And in that fish tank, amongst the seahorses and the clownfish, there was a goldfish. This goldfish, actually. He was staring right at me. And I'm like, babe, you check out this fish? This goldfish is staring right. It's so weird. And all of a sudden, this goldfish looks at me right in the face, and he does that. He spits rocks. Right? And I'm like, babe, did you see this? This is the most obnoxious goldfish. Watch the goldfish with me. Check it out. He did it again. And I'm like, well, he's not going to do it again because goldfish have the attention span of only 9 seconds. There's no way he's going to, oh, he did it again. Babe, did you see this? And he did it again. And it was just me. And he did it again. And for 11 minutes, this goldfish spat rocks in my face. This is an 11-minute long video. We can watch the whole thing if you want. 11 minutes. This goldfish has a very long attention span, an amazingly long attention span. Here's the deal, my friends. Quit blaming the goldfish. Quit blaming the goldfish. Our audience is capable of paying attention as long as we grab and hold their attention. Quit blaming the fish. Our audience is capable of paying attention as long as we grab and hold their attention. Now, the second plausible reason we're given for making our content shorter is that they tell us, your audience has no time. Our audience has no time. I have no time. I have no time to read your very long blog posts. I have no time to read your email that you just sent me. It's so freaking long, I'm not going to read it. I have no time to watch that entire video. It's very, very long. I have no time to listen to that podcast. I have no time to fill out a long-ass form, to download a long-ass white paper that I have no time to read. Our audience has no time. Yet these very same people can binge watch 2 seasons of Stranger Things on a Saturday. Yeah, our audience will make time to consume content that maintains their interest. So maybe, just maybe, we need to be more like Stranger Things. Because if they make time to consume content that maintains their interest, we need to think more like Stranger Things. You see, in the internet age, in the marketing age, we've been taught how to grab our audience's attention. All they tell us we have to do is create these amazing headlines that grab people's attention. Oh, maybe you know what you need? You need some really amazing imagery, arresting imagery. That's a good word. Let's use that. Maybe, you know what? Upload some animated jiffies and like put it right in the post. That'll get everybody. You know what? The subject line is not attention grabbing. Maybe if we get an attention grabbing subject line, they'll open the email, but they have no time to read it. There's an internet's worth of advice on how to grab our audience's attention. But in this internet age, we have been granted the ability not just to grab our audience's attention, but to grab and hold our audience's attention. We need to learn how to not just grab, but grab and hold our audience's attention. And ironically, all this effort to make our content shorter has actually helped us eliminate every element that makes it interesting. In an effort to make our content shorter and shorter and shorter, we've eliminated every element that makes it interesting. Luckily for you, my friends, this box holds the key to our success. This box right here is our solution. Yes, this box. You guys are skeptical. This is it. This isn't any ordinary box. No, that would be weird. This, my friends, is what they call a mystery box. Okay, that was okay. We'll try it again. And let's rewind. This isn't any ordinary box. No, my friends. This is a mystery box. Much better. Thank you. Yeah, this is a mystery box. But my friends, I didn't make up mystery boxes. Mystery boxes are a real thing. If you go on Amazon, Etsy, or eBay right now, you will find 36,000 mystery boxes for sale. That's right. 36,000. And if you don't know what a mystery box is, that's okay. A mystery box is a box that you purchase where the contents remain a surprise until you open it. It's genius. That's why they call it a mystery box. This mystery box, though, is not for me. No, that would be selfish. I bought this mystery box for someone in the audience, someone just like you. That's right, someone is going to take home the contents of this mystery box. I know who it is, and you don't. Now, there are 3 things you do need to know about mystery boxes. Number 1, the first thing you need to know about mystery boxes is that every mystery box has a price. This mystery box cost me $29.99, okay? Second thing you need to know about mystery boxes is that they must give you a range for the value of the contents of the box, from a low number to a high number. So, like this box, for example, is actually, I'm told, has contents that are worth anywhere from $5 to $105. You're getting it. We'll keep trying. The third thing you need to know about mystery boxes is every mystery box comes with a theme, okay? So you might buy an iPhone lovers theme mystery box or a gardening theme mystery box. This mystery box, our mystery box, is themed perfectly for this event. I purchased a game night themed mystery box. Game on. Yes? Now I know there's one of you out there who's thinking like, oh, okay, Drew, like seriously, man, mystery boxes are crazy. No one buys those things, I bet. Well, Doug, they do. If YouTube is any indication, 8.4 million people have not just purchased a mystery box, but they've actually purchased a mystery box, been so excited about the content that they shot a video, uploaded the video to YouTube to share their excitement with their family and friends. So yes, Doug, people are buying mystery boxes. Doug's like, I'm gonna check them out. Mystery boxes. So who's this one for? I told you it was for someone in the audience. Well, I spent a lot of time with the CM World team last week scouring Twitter. And I was looking for someone that was adding value, someone that was new but really contributing great content. I was looking for someone named, I wanted to pick someone. I picked someone. Her name is Emily Moreland, @written by Emily. Are you here? Emily with an IE. Can I get some house lights? Emily, I hope she's here. Emily! Hey, give it up for Emily. Emily, you are the proud winner of the contents of this mystery box. Emily, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Drew, I just woke up, I haven't had enough coffee, please leave me alone, and 10 being I cannot wait for cocktail hour, how excited are you about this mystery box?
I'm gonna go with 8.
8. Hold up your hands. I want to see the 8. That's 8. Okay, 8. She's an 8. She's not a 10. That's disappointing. But that's okay. Well, thank you, Emily, for being so. You know, why would people buy mystery boxes? Why would millions of people buy mystery boxes? How do mystery boxes like this grab and hold our attention? Well, let's take a second to watch a piece of content that I think uses the same key ingredient as the mystery box. Let's see if we can identify in this YouTube pre-roll ad what the same ingredient is that the mystery box uses. Let's watch this YouTube pre-roll ad, one of the most successful YouTube pre-roll ads in YouTube history for IKEA. It's their Where Life Happens campaign, and it's in Swedish, so you're gonna need to read the subtitles. So let's watch this and see if we can figure out what it's doing. Here we go.
Ska du verkligen kolla på det här? Du vet att du kan hoppa över det här. Det här kommer ta jättelång tid.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. For 4.5 minutes, he washes dishes. The average view time for this ad is 3 minutes. 3 minutes. But that's not the most amazing part. 39% of all people that were served this ad watched the entire 4.5 minutes. Why do mystery boxes and that IKEA ad grab and hold our attention? Let's see what's in the mystery box for Emily. Let's take a look here, because we're all very excited about game night. Let's open the box, Emily. I hope you're now on 9, maybe. Let's see. I hope you guys are paying attention. There's a lot of stuff in here. You know what's amazing about the phrase pay attention? Pay attention infers that attention can be bought and sold, that it's a transaction. Well, the truth is, you cannot buy attention. Attention is actually earned over time. We cannot buy attention. Attention is earned over time. Sometimes all we need to do is slow down a little bit to give people a chance to consume our content so that they can think about it. So let's take a second and let's think about the key ingredient that makes that mystery box work, the same ingredient that makes that IKEA ad work, the same ingredient that actually Stranger Things does use to actually maintain our interest. In fact, let me draw it for you. How's that? We're gonna draw the key ingredient. Here we go. That is it. No, you guys need more. This, my friends, this, I should draw a question mark here, just to help. This is actually the key ingredient. Here, let me define these two cliffs. On this side, you have what you know, okay? What you know. On this side, you have what you want to know. All right? What you know and what you want to know. The void is actually what matters. The gap is what's important. This is called the curiosity gap. The curiosity gap. The key ingredient to earning, to grabbing and holding your audience's attention is to create curiosity gaps. A curiosity gap is just a void between what we know and what we want to know. A curiosity gap is a void between what we know and what we want to know. Let's do this. Let me show you what a curiosity gap looks like. Let's look at a case study. Let me tell you the tale of two watermelons. A case study in the power of curiosity gaps. The tale of watermelon number 1 actually starts in London with two guys named Gavin and Dan. Gavin and Dan are better known as the slow-mo guys on YouTube, and every single week they upload these amazing slow-motion videos of stuff exploding. One day, they decided they would actually threaten the life of a watermelon. You know, by inserting a firecracker into the back of the watermelon and watching it explode in slow motion. Let's think about the curiosity gap, but let's watch the tale of watermelon number 1. Here we go. All right, they're the slow-mo guys. What do we know? They inserted a firecracker into the back of a watermelon. What do we want to know? What does it look like in slow motion? Yeah, so let's see it in slow motion, slow-mo guys. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah. There you have it, the slow-mo guys. Now, in the tale of watermelon number 1, how much attention have we earned? In fact, we've earned 18 seconds of our audience's attention by creating a curiosity gap between what we know and what we want to know. Now, I know there's someone out there who's like, okay, Drew, you're not doing a very good case of not creating snackable content, my friend, because that's very short. That's snackable. Like, if you want to make your point, you should try to find some longer content, buddy. Yeah. Thank you, Douglas. That is why I must tell you the tale of watermelon number 2. The tale of watermelon number 2 is actually a very similar story, except it was started by these two guys, James and Chelsea at BuzzFeed. And James and Chelsea decided to also threaten the life of a watermelon, but instead of exploding it with a firecracker, they decided to do it live on Facebook at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and they decided to do it in a very different way. Instead of me explaining what they were going to do to threaten the life of a watermelon, let me let them explain it for you.
This is our watermelon that we're going to try to explode using rubber bands. And right now we're at 90 rubber bands, and we've somehow gotten talked into sitting very closely to this, and I'm nervous.
I'm really scared.
So yeah, we're going to start. All right.
And start they did, one rubber band at a time, and immediately people started commenting on the Facebook Live feed. Within 20 minutes, there were 375,000 people watching a watermelon live on Facebook. And the comments kept coming in. People just immediately saying things like, I wonder how many rubber bands they have. Or, maybe it'll never explode. But I'm still watching. It'll explode while I'm not watching, I'm sure. Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna stay. 40 minutes later, there were 800,000 people watching a watermelon being murdered live on Facebook. And the comments kept coming, except they were getting more and more intense, more eager. All of a sudden, people are saying things like, oh my gosh, where is the fast forward button? Or, I've invested too much time into this to stop watching now. Or, I've been watching you guys put rubber bands on a watermelon for 40 minutes. What am I doing with my life? But this one's my favorite one. In the tale of watermelon number 2, what we know is they're going to threaten the life of a watermelon with one rubber band at a time. What we want to know is what does it look like when it explodes, and how much of attention have we earned? Over 40 minutes of our audience's attention. And that, my friends, is the tale of watermelon number 2. But what's the difference, really, between the tale of watermelon number 1 and the tale of watermelon number 2? Not much. They're both videos. They're both videos about watermelons being murdered. They're the same video, basically. What's the real difference besides the fact that watermelon number 2 gets 300 times the amount of attention? Let's do this. Let's chart the actual process here. Let's chart what's happening in these 2 videos. Let's go back to the board. You guys okay with the board? Hope so. Can't hear you. Good. On the x-axis, we have time. All right? Time. Very simple. On the y-axis, we have the second key ingredient to earning our audience's attention, to grabbing and holding our audience's attention. That is the key, and that is called tension. Tension. Tension is the second key ingredient. Curiosity gaps actually create tension. And tension is the emotional anxiety we feel when there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know. Tension is the emotional anxiety we feel when there's a gap between what we know and what we want to know. So, let's chart the tension in watermelon number 1. What we know in watermelon number 1 is that we're actually inserting a firecracker into a watermelon. What we want to know is what does it look like in slow motion when it explodes, and we raise this much tension to earn this much time, which is 18 seconds. Now let's chart the tale of watermelon number 2. Watermelon number 2 starts at the very same place. What we know is they're going to threaten the life of a watermelon with one rubber band at a time. And what happens is they slowly raise the tension all the way up to there. And what have we earned? We've earned 40 minutes, more than 40 minutes of our audience's attention. Tension is a key ingredient. Now I know there's somebody out there who's like, man, this Drew guy, I don't know about him, because here's what I would do. There's no way I'd watch a live murdering of a watermelon. I mean, this is silly. I'm a genius. Here's what I would do, Drew. I would actually watch like 2 rubber bands. Then I'd leave the page, and I'd come back when they've uploaded the on-demand version, and I'd fast forward and just watch the explosion. I'm a genius. Nay, 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 Terry. Nay, nay, nay. You see, it's not that simple. Curiosity gaps and tension are unbelievably powerful psychological forces. And what happens in the tale of watermelon number 2 is you actually are asking yourself a different question. With each rubber band that they add to the watermelon, you start asking yourself, is this the rubber band that's gonna make it explode? No. Is this the rubber band that's gonna? No. Is this the rubber band? No. I hope it's this rubber. No, it's not. Is it this one? I gotta see it. Is it the next one? I hope it's this one, because this is amazing. I can't turn away. My kids are sitting on a curb. I gotta pick them up. But I wanna know, is it this one? You see, even after 550 rubber bands, an amazing psychological phenomenon happens. What happens is you go from wanting to know what happens down here to needing to know what happens over here. The more tension you raise, the more they need to see the outcome. This is actually a psychological phenomenon called the need for closure, and it's the third component of creating content that grabs and holds your audience's attention. Your need for closure is this deep desire for a firm answer to a question and a natural aversion towards ambiguity. Your need for closure. The higher the tension you create, the greater our need for closure. And that's why people leave their kids on a curb at school, because they have a deep-seated need for closure. Now, it's important that we talk about the fourth element quickly. The fourth element is the payoff, the explosion in this sense, right? The payoff of the watermelons exploding. Payoffs are really, really important. The payoff is just the outcome or the conclusion for the content. And your content's payoff must be proportional to the tension you build. Your content's payoff must be proportional to the tension you've built. So I think it's time we actually find out what's in the mystery box, because what we know is that there's something cool in there. What we want to know is, why is Drew taking so long to get the stuff out? And so far we've raised this much tension. Now what we need to know, it's been about like 20 minutes, what we want to know now is, does this payoff measure up to the tension we've built? All right, you ready, Emily? You ready to see what's in the box? You sure? There's it's a game of Boggle. It's a very big box for the game of Boggle. And there's, oh my Lord. There's, it's really, okay. It's game night, my friends. Yeah. Yeah, you have it. So, Emily, just hold up your fingers. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, oh my gosh, I don't want to pack that crap, and 10 being, hey everybody, come over to my room and play Boggle at 10 p.m. How excited are you about the content? She's a 10! Yay! Here's the deal, my friends. We could have probably raised the tension a little higher even, because the payoff has to be proportional to the tension you've built. Now, we've all seen content that doesn't do this, where the payoff never is proportional to the tension that they build. The curiosity gap is too great. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Let's read this headline and work it through our formula. This crazy guy tries to hug a wild lion. What happens next is not what you'd expect. Wow! Now, does this grab our attention? Yes, it does. It's an attention-grabbing headline. Will it hold our attention? Yes, I might actually watch the entire video to find out the answer, because I have a deep-seated need for closure. And they've created a very big curiosity gap. But my experience tells me that no matter what happens to that video, it will never measure up to the expectation this headline has sent. The tension is too great. We need to be very careful with this. This is clickbait, and it undermines the trust we create with our audience. Curiosity gaps can be used for good or evil. Let's use our curiosity gaps to invite our audience to chase answers. We earn attention by inviting our audience to chase answers. Let's just do a little experiment together here. Let's watch this quick video from 23andMe. It's 2 minutes and 21 seconds long, and I want you to watch this video and think about the curiosity gaps it's creating. What are the questions it's creating? What's the tension they're building? And is the payoff going to be proportional to the tension they build? Here we go.
I had no way to ever try to find Greta. I didn't even know where she was born, what year she was born. I didn't know anything.
I have no more questions. Right? 20 seconds in, they've answered every possible question. Look at the title for this video. It says 23andMe, an ancestry story reuniting sisters. Even Doug, the guy in the audience, can sit there and go like, I know what happens. They used 23andMe and they found each other. Don't need to watch that video. You see, what happens is when we create content that someone says is too long, what they're actually saying is, I have no more questions. I have no more questions. When someone says your content, the next piece of content you create is too long, what they're actually saying is, I have no more questions. Because when we eliminate our audience's desire to answer even one question, we eliminate their interest in our content. Entirely eliminated. Invite our audience to chase some answers. Now, because we can chart this, we can actually write a formula for earning your audience's attention. The formula for earning our audience's attention, just like in the tale of two watermelons, attention that we earn is earned by creating tension, those questions you're inviting them to chase, tension, over time, multiplied by the payoff. No matter what content you're creating, it doesn't have to be video, it can be a blog post, a podcast, it doesn't matter. All you need to do is create tension over time multiplied by the payoffs. And you will earn your audience's attention. Now there's somebody out there right now, I know what they're saying. They're like, Drew, this is really good, I'm really enjoying this, I like the watermelon crap, it's pretty funny. But you see, I work in industrial manufacturing. We make high tensile strength UV curing, light curing glues used in clamshell packaging applications. And I don't have to tell you that I don't know what this has to do with me. I don't know how to apply this. Well, Stephen, you know what you are creating a lot of? Not watermelon videos, but we're creating tons of case studies and testimonials. And none of those have any tension. None of them have any curiosity gaps. Let's look at just a few videos here. This is from the American Red Cross. And the title is You Were There For Us. Portland couple shares their home fire story. We know what happens. Their home burned down and they were saved by the American Red Cross. Don't need to watch it. SAP has 744 case study videos that, let's estimate, cost $4,000 each. They spent $3 million on case studies that have no curiosity gaps, no tension, no real payoffs. Even people like FreshBooks, small business accounting software, has tons of testimonials. They have 4 right there on YouTube, and they're all titled Customer Testimonial. No one's ever uploaded a customer testimonial that was a negative one, right? We know the story. No one's ever been like, I didn't like working with these people. They were very hard to work with, really hated the time I had with them. And they're like, customer testimonial, Joe. Left him after 3 weeks. No. We don't need to watch these stories. We know they love you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch this, and we're going to re-edit it in the last few minutes we have left. We're going to re-edit this case study because the truth is, every one of the case studies and testimonials you've ever created, whether they're in video or print, it doesn't matter, or they're text blog posts, you can actually reorder every element to create tension, to create curiosity gaps, to get people to watch the entire case study. But in order to do this, the hardest task I'm going to ask you to do this morning is watch this entire minute and 32-second case study from FreshBooks, Customer Testimonial Sarah. And here's what we're going to do. Can I get the house lights, please? We're going to all start this video with our hands in the air. And I want you to imagine you're at home watching this video, and as the video plays out, it's going to go from 100% all the way down to 0. When you decide you're going to bail on the video because you don't want to watch anymore, I want you to take your hand down. That's the first thing I want you to do. I want you to note the time that you took it down, what percentage is left. And I want you to then look around the room and see who else is actually still watching. Okay? You guys understand? Hands up, everybody, even the back. Everybody, you ready? Here we go. Sarah, go.
I do architectural and interior design. I run my own business, it's a sole proprietorship. When I started my business, it was completely intentional. I had small kids, I needed a flexible schedule, and you can't do that when you're working with somebody else. Before I started using FreshBooks, I had a spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and then I wrote out invoices separately, and they were separate from my estimates, and they were separate from my job records. In fact, sometimes I hated doing it so much that I wouldn't send out an invoice for months after I'd done the work.
It's like there's 3 people still watching this video.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I switched over to FreshBooks.
That one guy works for FreshBooks.
It allowed me to save time. I didn't even try it for 30 days. I took a look at it and jumped right in.
Just look around.
Anytime
no one is watching the video.
Tool to complete a task, you don't want to go back. It was simple. It was really easy to read on the screen. I could see everything I needed right in front of me, and it was really easy to learn. I felt like I'd struck gold. When I'm on a job site, I can pull up that project on my phone, and I can record hours and send invoices. That in itself saves me like probably 12 hours. I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
Oh my God. There's the call to action. No one made it. Literally 0 people made it all the way through. Some of you were dropped out by 75%, almost all of you by 65%. One guy made it to 54% and bailed. We need to fix this problem, and the secret to creating this kind of content, to creating curiosity gaps, isn't to think you're creating a testimonial. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think like a reality TV editor. Not a TV producer or a director, because the really good ones think like a reality TV editor. They look at what they've got and they reorganize it to build curiosity gaps. The first thing we need, you know what we should do? We should check out Watermelon and see how it's going.
It's good?
Yeah.
677.
It's gonna happen.
Baby. Oh, baby.
Nope, not yet. If you want to think like a reality TV editor, the first thing you need to do is learn to raise the stakes. Raising the stakes is very simple. All you have to do is show me something the audience or character desires and then threaten it for as long as possible. Show me something the audience desires and threaten it for as long as possible. If you want to raise the stakes, all you have to do is show me something the audience desires and threaten it for as long as possible. One of the shows that does this unbelievably well is called Ice Road Truckers. If you don't know the show, it's basically Ice Road Truckers. So remember, the first step in raising the stakes is to show me something the audience desires. So in this clip, let's look at how the editor sets up what she desires, okay? Here we go. This is what the audience desires, what she desires. Let's take a look.
Here's the ice. Damn it. That's so slushy. Kent comes right across this lake, but what's between the shore to shore? Who knows?
And there she goes. What does she desire? To get to Panakanakalan. It's the only thing that was subtitled. And that's thinking like an editor, because we needed to be very clear to the audience what the audience should desire for the character, what the character desires. Now, I know we're not working with Ice Road Truckers, we're working with Sarah. And we're working on accounting software, but let's try to apply what we've learned. Now, I know you guys forgot already because that was 1 minute and 32 seconds of nightmare. So let's watch how the original video started, okay? This is how their video begins. Here we go.
I do architectural and interior design. I run my own business. It's a sole proprietorship.
No one cares, Sarah. No one cares. What they do care about is what she desired or what the audience desires. And does she ever say something? Yes, she does. In fact, the very last bite is all about this. Because what does every small business owner want? More money and more time. Does Sarah ever say it? Yes, she does. At the very end of the video, the last bite that no one in this room stuck around to watch is exactly what should be the first bite. This is what she says.
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
I'm sorry, what was that? I think she said exactly what everybody wants.
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
Perfect. You know what the other problem with this video is? That sparkly ass music. Let's get rid of the sunshine music. And let's move this bite to the very beginning, because that's what we need to do. Show me something the audience desires. So here we go.
I'm definitely making more money because I can spend more time doing work for other people.
Perfect. Now we've set up exactly what the audience desires. What's the second step that Ice Road Truckers would do? They would threaten it as much as possible. So let's watch this clip from the same episode of Ice Road Truckers. And let's pay attention to the music, to the voiceover, to the choice of shots as it raises the tension and creates small curiosity gaps that want you to get to the other side, that help you chase the answers. Here we go.
How do we get across the ice?
As Lisa reaches the middle of the lake, where water falls to depths of over 200 feet,
Holy snap and pop.
the ice begins to splinter.
Yeah, it's groaning. It's not liking it today.
In case rigs break through,
It's loud!
drivers keep their doors open for a quick escape.
Man, it is cracking. It's something fierce. I can't go any slower. Oh my gosh!
I like watching you when that's playing. It's amazing. Do you feel the tension? They're threatening this trip to Panakanakan. Shot after shot, and they extend it as long as possible, and the music's great. So again, we're working with Sarah. We got to use what we got, right? But after that sparkly music in her bio and that whole intro, she actually talks about the things that were getting in the way of her making more money and having more time. This is what she says.
Before I started using FreshBooks, I had spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing
my
for
Lord, not
keeping track
another
of
thing.
time, and then I wrote.
She had some problems, right? Lots and lots of stuff is in her way, but we got that sparkly music. And FreshBooks was kind enough to give me all the video they shot for this interview. Everything they shot. And I went through it looking for the best bite that would threaten her success. And I found a great bite that I would like to threaten her success with. She's making more money, has more time, and then we're gonna cut to this bite. You guys ready? Here's the new bite I found.
I'm a total accounting idiot.
Perfect. Perfect. What we know is that she's making more money and has more time. What we want to know is she's an accounting idiot. How does she do it? I'm an accounting idiot. How do I get what she has? And then we've got to threaten it as much as possible. You know, Sarah's not the most emotive character. Yeah. So we've got to use whatever emotion she has, and there was another great bite that they left on the cutting room floor. Remember, we've eliminated every element of our content that actually makes it interesting. And what we're trying to do is get our audience to slow down in a case study and think if they have this same problem. So I put this bite back in, and I want you to look at the emotion she feels. Let's feel her emotion as she talks about the worst part of her job. Here we go.
It was an unpleasant duty, you know. It was the worst part of my job.
That's good. It's slowing the audience down and getting them to reflect. Did they have the same experience? Now let's add some music so it's more like Ice Road Truckers, but not the sparkly music. Let's use some real music that helps set the tone. Here we go.
I'm a total accounting idiot. I made a spreadsheet, I had spreadsheet for expenses. I had this other thing for keeping track of time, and then another thing, and then another thing, and then I wrote out invoices separately, and they were separate from my estimate.
You're an accounting idiot. What we know is you're making more money and you have more time, but what we want to know is how did you get through all this mess? We've got to raise the stakes. Show me what the audience desires and threaten it with one rubber band at a time. The last thing I'm going to teach you today about raising the stakes and thinking like a reality TV editor is to delay the reveal. We are fascinated with getting our product name and our brand into every case study video as early as possible. One of the best tricks or tools that a reality TV editor has is to delay the reveal. Let's look at the very last segment of Fixer Upper, okay? Now, Fixer Upper is a home makeover show where over the course of an hour, we watch them make over a whole show, and now they're about to reveal it to the homeowners, and they've never seen it, okay? So let's take a look at the final segment here. Here we go.
You guys ready to check it out?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all stay put.
All right.
Matthew and Samantha, are y'all ready to see your fixer-upper?
Absolutely. Yes. Let's go.
What? Commercial break? Are you kidding me? I gotta see the shiplap. Right? That last segment has the highest, most expensive ads because people cannot turn away from the TV. They've got to see the reveal. We need to delay the reveal in our content as well. Here's what the FreshBooks does. Right after they talk about the problems, she immediately says this.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I switched over to FreshBooks because...
Nah, I'm out. I know the solution. I don't have a curiosity gap anymore. So let's remove that. And this is what she says right after she makes that reveal. So let's just cut the FreshBooks stuff and go right into the better bite. Here's what she says.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I felt like I'd struck gold.
Struck gold with what?
You know, anytime you find the perfect tool
What's the perfect
to
tool?
complete a task,
I gotta know, what is the perfect tool?
you don't want to go back.
Go back to where? What did you have now? These are curiosity gaps, little ones that we're creating by removing the reveal. We can actually show the product without talking about it. That creates even a bigger curiosity gap. So let's add some B-roll of the product. Here we go.
You know, anytime you find the perfect tool to complete a task...
Is this the perfect tool? What is it?
You don't want to go back.
What is it?
When I'm on a job site, I can pull up that project on my phone.
You can pull it up on your phone?
And I can record
What is
hours
this
and
app?
send invoices.
I gotta know the app. Do you see what I'm saying? It's video. You don't have to tell me everything. Show me the product. Now let's add the sunshine back in, and let's do a transition from the sad part of the story to the new part with a little B-roll. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
There are a lot of people who got free design work out of it. I felt like I'd struck gold. Like, you know, anytime you find the perfect tool to complete a task, you don't want to go back.
It's awesome.
When I'm on a job site, I can pull up that project on my phone, and I can record hours and send it.
Do you feel the difference? Delay the reveal as long as possible. And that even means don't title your videos Customer Testimonial Sarah. I don't need to watch it. Here's a much better title for this video when we upload it to YouTube. Much better. Creating a curiosity gap immediately. Now, I wouldn't be practicing what I'm preaching if I didn't tell you can watch the entire re-edit at delaythereveal.com. So if you want to watch the re-edit and the original video, have a look there, and you can also get the entire presentation and all the videos from it. Look, we have been on an amazing voyage today, a really fun voyage that went all through watermelons exploding. We watched reality TV. We had some really good fun opening a mystery box. But here's the thing. We will consume more content in the next 30 days than we will create in a lifetime. And the next time you find yourself getting all the way through a piece of content, a long blog post or a podcast all the way to the end, or a video that you watch all the way to the end, I want you to stop for a second. Let's start analyzing the content that works. Think about how they created a curiosity gap. What did you want to know? How did they raise the stakes? How did they delay the reveal? What questions did you have along the way, and how did they slowly reveal those answers? Because if you are going to create better content, we need to learn to consume content better. If we're going to create better content, we need to learn to consume content better. And when we have the next opportunity to create a great piece of content, I want you to ask yourself the most important question. Should I insert a firecracker, or should we just use one rubber band at a time?
Oh, I see your person.
Thank you guys very much. Have fun. Thanks, Kelly. Thank you guys.